Hey, everyone out there. All right. So today's Just Simple Science activity is all about bubbles. And so here are the materials you're going to need. You are going to need a water bottle. So you're going to need a water bottle. A great way to recycle all those water bottles. You're also going to need an old sock, right? So those socks that you have laying in the laundry room and they have no partner, no pair, grab one of those. You'll also need a pair of scissors and you're going to need some dish soap. So those are the materials. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to take your water bottle and you're just going to cut it so that the neck of the bottle is still there, and you're going to cut the end of the bottle off. All right. And then you're going to cut the end of your sock off. So you just have that. Now you can use the additional piece of sock because all we're going to do is we're going to cover the end of our bottle with our sock. And we're going to get a flat little surface. Okay. Oh, and you'll also need a rubber band. I'm using a hair tie because that's all I've got here in the office. All right. And you're just going to use a hair tie to actually secure the sock onto the end. That's it. This is your setup. Water bottle, sock, rubber band. So the investigation question you're going to have your kiddos investigate is, can you use a sock to make bubbles? All right. Well, let's find out. So I have actually put my soap into my cup here that has water. I know that's a terrible cup, isn't it? It's this great cup that I got from the museum up in Philadelphia, and I stuck it in my dishwasher and it's come off. And you're just going to dip your little device in the water here. And then you're just going to blow. How cool is that, right? So I can actually make bubbles with a sock. So our investigation question was, can you make bubbles with a sock? What did we learn? We learned, yes, you could. All right, so what's happening here? So as I'm blowing through the sock, there's actual holes in the fabric and the air is traveling through, and the bubble solution that I made with soap and with water just captures that air and it forms my little bubbles. So how do I turn this into a Just Simple Science experiment? Because right now, this is just an activity. You'll see this online, guys, and people will say, oh, this is an experiment. No, it's not. Not yet. Because we didn't know what would happen if I put a sock on the end of a water bottle. I didn't know that it would make bubbles. We've got to find that out. We've got to learn that. We're actually doing what I like to call some descriptive research. So we're seeing if we can actually find an answer to that question. So how could I change this into a Just Simple Science experiment? Well, here's what I do. I asked my kiddos, what could I change about the materials? So could I change the water bottle in any way? So maybe instead of cutting it halfway, I cut it longer, and will it work with a longer portion of the bottle on there? How could I change my sock? Well, what about changing the material? So instead of a sock, maybe I use hose. So again, I'm changing something. And now my question becomes, so let's say I change the material and I change it to my hose. The question becomes, what's the effect of changing the material that I use to make bubbles from cotton to nylon? And will it make bubbles? And I'm going to, at this point, be able to make a hypothesis because I know that there are tiny holes in this nylon here. And so I'm going to hypothesize that because it has holes, it's going to still be able to make bubbles. And so I would then test that out. So what happens if my test comes out that it doesn't prove that nylon hose can make bubbles? That's okay. The question then becomes, why didn't it? So I need to then investigate this material a little bit more and come up with a different question. So easy way to take a simple activity and turn it into an experiment that your kids can test, and you are able to practice all of the methodology that we as scientists use. So there's our Just Simple Science activity for today. I hope that all of you guys out there are doing well. I know that, here in Virginia, our governor canceled schools for the rest of the year. So we are all scrambling to try and figure out what we are going to do for our students for the rest of the year. But keep coming back on Friday. I will be coming online as soon as I do my live over on Facebook. I jump over here to YouTube. I'll be showing you all how you can make a square bubble. Yes, a square bubble. So join me Friday around 10:20, 10:30. You know, I'll try and jump on about 10:15. Depends how long I take over there on Facebook. And you can learn how to do square bubbles. All right. So Jenny Sue of Just Simple Science, thanks for joining me today for this brief, quick lesson on how to make a bubble maker out of socks. All right. Have a great day, guys.